What's up, everyone? It's your boy NornRad89 here, bringing you another video today. And for today's video, I know it's been a while. The holiday season is a very busy time of year. I was a busy Santa's little elf last night, wrapping a lot of gifts over the past, 2 days and everything like that. Been a lot of shopping and cooking and just kind of hanging out with the family and enjoying that time and stuff like that. But I'm finally getting a chance to sit down and talk and do a video for you all. And for today's video, we're going to discuss what my holiday watch list is, what I've already watched for December, and like I said, what I'm planning on watching for the rest of December and everything like that. Because your boy NornRad89, even though it's the season of giving, it's that holiday time for family, we still find time to watch horror films in this house. So let's do this. Roll it. So yes, 'tis the season of really cold, awesome, holiday horror films, Santa horror films, stuff like Krampus, all that kind of stuff. To kick it off, let's start off with what I've already watched for December. And actually, the first thing I decided to watch for this holiday season was Krampus. We had like a snowy kind of storm that happened in New Mexico for like a little bit of a day. It was like literally just a day storm. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was snowing. And while I was at work that night, it started snowing and it was a little blizzard, and that was the perfect time. I was just like, yeah, let's put on some Krampus. So I was watching Michael Daughtry's Krampus, which I love that cast. I love the practical effects. That's such a fun movie. It kind of loses me a bit in the third act because I feel like it's one of those movies that just rushes to wrap up. We spend so much time with these characters and this atmospheric performances and stuff like that, and all these cool cast members, and then like the last 15 minutes it feels like it's just kind of like rushing to end kind of thing. So that's my only really main problem with that. But yeah, that's what I started my season with, is Krampus so far for December. Then I also watched Silent Night. For me, that is one that I really do fancy. This is a 2012 film, I believe, and it's kind of loosely a remake or a reboot of Silent Night, Deadly Night, which we're going to talk about that franchise in a little bit too. But Silent Night, I actually have a lot of fun with this film. It's really cool. It's got some awesome performances, and I think the cast is really fun in here. We got Malcolm McDowell in here, who's just a gem. It's always fantastic to see him in here. Then we have another fantastic actress in here. I believe her name is Courtney Palm, I believe, and she's in Zombievers. I absolutely love her in that film, and she gets the wood chipper kill in this movie, which is absolutely iconic. So yeah, Silent Night, I think, is one that is a very solid rewatch for me in my house. Then I also watched Better Watch Out. I tweeted this one, not tweeted this one. I actually put this on Blue Sky. Sorry, I'm still getting used to talking about that. I posted this one on Blue Sky the other day when I was watching it. Better Watch Out. That's one of those ones that really calls back because it's a holiday horror film that's just grown on me. The first time I watched it, I liked it, but it wasn't one that I was like, I don't love that. But it's one of those films that like every time I watch it, it just grows on me more and more. I think the biggest problem with Better Watch Out is probably that we never did get a sequel to that film. It's kind of a tease, the end of that movie, that we could have got this fantastic sequel that to me would have took place in the hospital and would have had our kid character that was being babysat go after the babysitter while she's still injured in the hospital. Kind of would have had maybe like a Halloween 2 vibe to it. So I thought that was really cool. Another movie that has a fantastic cast in it. We have Patrick Warburton in here, Virginia Madsen. So Better Watch Out is dripping with holiday atmosphere as well. And that's one major thing with me in terms of Christmas holiday horror, is when I go to a horror film, if it's, be it a Thanksgiving horror film or a New Year's horror film, Mother's Day, Christmas horror film, Halloween, any type of holiday it's supposed to be, I want the atmosphere to just be dripping. I want to know and feel like it is the holiday while I'm watching that film. I also went with a little bit of anthology, and I watched A Christmas Horror Story. That's actually my favorite anthology. All Creatures Are Stirring is another great anthology too that you can check out. A lot of these films that I've been talking about right now are streaming on Tubi or Shudder. That's where you can check them out, and I believe Krampus is on HBO Max, the first one, that movie. So yeah, those are where you can check these films out and stuff like that. But yeah, in terms of Better Watch Out, Silent Night, Krampus, those are all gems. But I wanted to get a little bit of anthology horror, and A Christmas Horror Story is one of my favorites because we have William Shatner in here as a radio DJ, and his voice and his story is kind of the bridging point between all the stories, and there's some really cool, elements of like involving with Krampus in here. We have a Santa Claus storyline, we have a changeling storyline, so there's a lot of cool elements to this anthology film, and I think this one actually blends very well together. Like I said, the stories, they flow together, they all take place in the same town, and I like the feel of it. This is one that's, to me, probably the closest to like Trick or Treat. Now let's discuss the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise, which I kind of have, like I love this franchise, but I have mixed feelings when it comes to that first film. I do like the first film, but I actually am one of those people that kind of just jumps to the second film. I do prefer Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 mainly because it has all the best moments of that first film, but then it has Eric Freeman and it has Ricky, who I just love his performance, and I love the line delivery and all those comical moments, and I think it's kind of funny that this film really, this is kind of the exact opposite of what I'm talking about when I want a film that's dripping in holiday atmosphere. A lot of the scenes that have to do with Ricky and the therapist and Ricky going out, it's garbage day, all are shot like in spring or summer. Like it is green everywhere. So I don't know if they shot this in California or where they did, but yeah, it is definitely not winter time at all, and doesn't make you feel like winter, even though these people are wearing sweaters and everything. They're as green as far as the eye can see, and I just think it is hilarious. And this one, like I said, it's one of those really bad films that just becomes good for me, and I just couldn't stop laughing. And yes, like me, like I said, when I start the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise, I typically go just to part two because it offers me all the best moments of that first film with the awesome Eric Friedman performance in that second film. So that's why I just jump right to that. And then I watched Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3, which I actually think out of the franchise of the Silent Night films has the best acting in it. I think Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3 has the best acting. Is the story the best? Maybe not. It does have a lot of that Halloween 5 atmosphere with the whole, being able to see through the killer's eyes and having like a psychic connection to a killer. It does have that going for it. And I love our lead actress, who I believe, let's look up her name because I think she does a fantastic job. Like while I'm watching the film, because she plays a blind woman who has a psychic connection to Ricky, who's played by Bill Moseley in this one, which I think is fantastic. I love Bill Moseley. But Samantha Scully, she plays Laura in this film, and yeah, her like performance is fantastic. But that's another one, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3, that I think has even less holiday atmosphere than the previous film. Like they mention that it's Christmas time, they tell you the date and all that kind of stuff, but there's really no, decorations everywhere, or like, holiday themed stuff going on until you really get into that third act of the film. So I think that's quite funny for real. But in terms of what I've watched, like I said, that's the stuff that I did watch so far. In terms of my watch list for the rest of December, I'm going to be watching Gremlins. I have yet to put up my Christmas tree because sadly, I did find out when I was unloading from my shed and pulling all my Christmas decorations out that apparently someone went into my shed and stole all my Christmas ornaments. And I looked all over my house, all over. I know it's weird. Who the would steal Christmas ornaments? I don't know in their right mind who would do that, but we had to kind of deal with that, losing a lot of, monumental memory type ornaments and, stuff like that, items. And then we ended up picking up new ornaments. So we are going to be putting up the tree. And typically, my family movie when we put up the tree is Gremlins. So I'm going to be watching that. And of course, I got to get Black Christmas in. And Black Christmas and Christmas Evil, probably the ones that I'm going to be watching on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Those are typically my Christmas Day films for sure, is those two movies. I love Christmas Evil and I love Black Christmas, but of course I'm going to get some non-horror holiday films in there. Home Alone 2 are two often rewatches in my home. Also A Christmas Story by Bob Clark. I love Black Christmas. I love A Christmas Story as well, so that is another film that's going to get a rewatch in my home. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please let me know down below in the comments section down there if there's any other holiday films or what are some often rewatches for this time of year that you like to pop on and everything that makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Your boy Norin, I love that holiday horror. So even I'm a little crazy, I like those crazy horror movies and stuff like that. But let me know down below, even if it's not a horror film, what are the often rewatches during this holiday season. Please like the video, that definitely helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and have that notification bell poked so you're notified anytime I drop a video. But most importantly, I want y'all to have a safe and happy day and have an awesome holiday as well. Peace out.